I grew up in a little town on the Bruce Peninsula on Ontario, Canada. We lived on the river, and past our property was nothing but pristine bush for miles. I remember one day, as a small child, being scared speechless when I looked into the tree line and saw a Sasquatch. It was only 15 feet from me and was watching, and I froze with fear. Then it turned and walked into the bush. I was about 8 years old at the time. 5 years later, I moved up to our cabin, and that summer, late at night, 3 in the morning, for about 2 weeks, I could hear something echoing up in the river valley. And so life went on. At the age of 19, after being evicted from a house I was staying at, I moved into that most remote woods I could think of, to where I thought I could live undisturbed. It was near the end of March, and tough living out there with nothing, but I built a small place for shelter in the thicket and lived by the fire. The forest there is so alive and full of life. I used to listen to all the different animals that would frequently circle my place. One night, I came back from a trip into this nearest town. It was 3 in the morning. I just arrived at my place after the long walk and sat down to listen, as I always did, and heard footsteps walking into the same place I had just walked. Unmistakably, heavy footsteps. It was something on 2 feet, and then it just stopped, about 25 feet from where I was, and it didn't make a sound. It wasn't until that moment that I remembered the screams I used to hear when I was younger, and that I was now living in the proximate spot downstream from where I used to live. I didn't move, and neither did it, so 40 minutes I just went to sleep. I'm 42 now, and thinking back, what a perfect place for a Sasquatch to live is no bush quite like that of the Bruce Peninsula. I still roam the forest alone day and night, unafraid, but always respectful of nature. There is so much we don't know or understand, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I know what I saw, and I know what I heard, and I truly believe, oh, how lucky I am to have had these experiences, and others as well. Most people don't experience these things because they aren't out there living in harmony with nature. I know the Sasquatch meant no harm to me, just curious about me living on its turf. That's it in a nutshell. In another forest, I encountered 2 entities, but that is another story. If you want to hear it, let me know. I've never really shared these stories, but I figured someone might be interested in hearing them. Battery is dying now. Gotta go.